Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the clips of the livestream that happened this weekend. The link to the full-length stream will be in the description, as well as the link to the original story. I have clipped these sections together to make the best time possible for the videos, between 10 and 15 minutes. So, if there is more than one story in this video, they may not have sequentially happened in the stream. But anyways, hope to see you guys in the next stream. If not, don't worry, there'll be more clips next week. There are also ways to support the channel down below if you so choose to do so. And if you could do all the YouTube gum for this video to help it in the algorithm, it would be very much appreciated. Anyways, on to the live sci-fi. Please note that the only editing I've done to these clips has been to clip them and boost the audio for better listening. And as always, I hope that you enjoy. Story number 2. Word prompt. In the Galactic Alliance, humans are seen as an unpredictable species, a wild card. They are fascinated of the temperatures that we can endure, the fact that we breathe oxygen, the way we keep getting back up, never giving up. They are terrified of us, but revere us. Written by Kiwi Space Marine. In a worn-down booth at a dirty bar in a dingy corner of an out-of-the-way space station, a group of aliens were doing what is normally done in such establishments: drinking, telling jokes, and generally having fun. Suddenly, one of the aliens, a gruff, intimidating warrior named Zahalt, turned pale as he rusted auto-exit doors screeched open and the newcomers confidently walked through the entranceway. "What's wrong, Zahalt?" asked one of his friends, seeing the warrior's discomfort. Zahalt opened his mouth, but he found that he couldn't talk out of sheer terror. One by one, the other 5 members of the group noticed this, slowly falling silent and becoming alarmed. Zahalt was a Yarg warrior, a veteran of multiple grueling campaigns across 24 star systems. He had seen terrors that would make a lesser being perish, and right. What could have startled him so? Mutely, the almost paralyzed alien pointed at the newcomer, who, by now, was at the bar. As the other aliens looked at the figure. It was clad in a white spacesuit with red stripes along the arms. The face was hidden by a black visor, but the small flag sewn on the side of the suit proved all identification to the group. Other bar patrons noticed the figure and took in the flag. The gentle hum of translated conversation slowly drifted away, replaced by an eerie silence. The flag was 2 leaves of an alien plant surrounded by a globe, all stenciled in white and on a blue background. The flag of Earth, homeworld to humanity. The mysterious stranger was, to every patron in the bar, a dread, a human. Oblivious to the panic it was inducing in the alien crowd, the human sat down at the bar, the stool creaking under its weight. It turned to the bartender, a spindly, multi-armed starboard. The crackle of its external radio penetrated the silence as the human began talking. "Got any beer?" it asked the bartender in a mechanical tone of a translator. The alien answered in a trembling voice. "Sorry, sir, but we don't stock human drinks. It's the new galactic regulations. You understand?" He started picking up the pace of his words, fearful of the humans' reaction. "The Galactic Alliance Safety Commission forbids human alcoholic drinks on account of the hazardous nature to other species." The human merely nodded in understanding, an act which sent the bartender running out from behind the bar in fright, squealing. "I'm sorry, please don't eat me. I'm just a humble bartender. I didn't come up with the—" His voice faded away as the terrified starboard ran out of the room and into the distance, presumably to the other end of the station. "Ah, not again," the human exclaimed, frustrated. All I want is one. He got himself off, seeing the various states of terror and despair the other patrons were in. Sighing, he got up from his stool and walked out of the bar, presumably to find himself a drink. I practice. Many hours of practice. That's how you do it, really. I just have a couple different voices and then just vary the cadence and speech pattern, if that makes sense. With the Galactic Boogeyman TM gone, conversation slowly returned to the normal level, if slightly subdued. Well, began one of Zahalt's friends, that didn't go too badly. The Yarg merely nodded. I fought against those things in the first contact war. He spoke in a hollow voice, devoid of any emotion. They were like nothing ever encountered by the Alliance. Their brute strength, for one. They could perform feats individually that would take an entire platoon of us to perform. Why? Asked one of the other bar patrons. A small crowd began to form around the grizzled warrior. Their planet, Earth, has as much higher gravity than Alliance standard, explained Zahalt. It means that they have a much denser muscle mass and bone structure, I think. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. His voice took on a hollow tone again as he recounted things that he had seen humans do. That alone almost demoralized us. His eyes had a faraway look to them, staring straight through the people in front of him. But what really broke us was when we shot them. They just got back up, 10, 20 bolts from our electrocrary rifles, and they just wouldn't die. He suddenly shouted, alarming some of the more engrossed listeners. The others were stunned. A military-grade electrocrary could vaporize a normal warrior in full armor, and the humans just took these shots like it was nothing. We had to use our heavy weaponry just to wound them, he continued after a few moments. But even if we managed to drop one, another would replace him, and the replacement would have the same grit and determination as before, he exclaimed. And those we wounded, he muttered, most of the time their medics would be able to patch them and send them back into combat, with almost no permanent damage. They sound unstoppable, interjected one of the crowd. They were, answered the Yarg, and they nearly caused the collapse of the Galactic Alliance. But you know what? His audience leaned in eagerly. When the Zonug showed up 20 years later and began to annihilate planet after planet, I was glad that the humans came to our aid. Thankful, even. Because I would much rather be fighting with those unstoppable titans than have to face them again. What about the Grek ascendancy? Asked another patron, referring to the current rising galactic superpower. Do you think they'll be able to win against the humans like they say? To the creature's surprise, the Holt burst out laughing. His deep, hearty guffaws echoed throughout the bar. They may be able to take a colony or two, he said, when he was able to recompose himself, but they'll be lucky if the humans leave them enough of their planet for bacteria to live on. End of story. So are we enjoying this so far? Having fun? Problem with this sort of stream is you don't really get a lot of interaction, because people listen in the background, which is fine. As long as you guys are having a good time. A kind of narration that is not normal for the channel. No, I can't say that I do assume that. I normally assume that life just gets in the way of life and stuff happens. Okay, as long as we're all having a good one, that's all that matters. So we're 2 stories in. I tried going with a variety of stories, not the same sort of theme, not the same author, not the same style. Let's just give a nice big variety for us to listen to. So, yeah. Yeah, the delay should be like 30 seconds to a minute, which is quite long. It's difficult to have a conversation like that. The funny thing is I've got a preview window of the stream, and I can see chat happening in the preview window before I can see it in the dashboard for the stream. Now that's a little sad. And that, my friends, ends this clip of the live stream from the weekend. I hope that you enjoyed. As always, relevant links are down below in the description, and the rest of the videos will be released throughout the week. I hope to see you in the next stream this Saturday at 1700 GMT. And I hope that you have a fantastic one until then, and I will see you all in the next video. Cheers.